Welcome, good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. You are listening to And Another Thing. We are Joella and Helene, and this is episode 5. I was counting on my fingers before about how to do the introduction. And I was like, wait, no, we're not. I was raising my pinky, and I'm like, we're not up to number 6. Why is my pinky raised?
It's number 5.
It's been another busy week and another busy weekend.
Oh, the weekend.
Trying to figure out what the day is today because we're recording on a different day. We're trying to switch our schedule up a little bit.
Well, because we used to record on a Tuesday and then we've come off of a busy weekend and we would both just sit down and go, and so we've done it on a Thursday now. So let's see if we're a bit brighter.
Let's see how we go.
We'll definitely be brighter than the last one because that was first thing in the morning.
We are not first thing in the morning. So if you're thinking, wait, they're recording on a Thursday and it comes out on a Friday, we are not, well, I am not that quick and savvy. We are recording a week ahead of time so that it gives me time to figure out how to do my daily life as well as edit an episode. So that's why we've shifted our days. That's why we're recording on a different day, and it's Thursday for us today.
Yes.
And the weekend was a few days ago.
It was. But it was Mother's Day. And holy moly.
It was a day.
It was a day. The whole weekend was quite the weekend.
A whole weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mother's Day was our record-breaking day for the place that we work in. Ever. We've not ever done the amount of...
Not on a regular day. Unless we've had some kind of special event, we have achieved more, but that's different.
Yeah, that is. We don't really count those.
No, we never
It's not
do.
a regular every day. But this Mother's Day, we did things a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Do you want to...
Yeah, we had...
That was your idea.
Well, I was just going to tell you that I was very impressed. You know, that the idea that we had was to have a host. So somebody that would greet the guests before they got to the till and tell them that there was going to be a table or this is how long there was going to be at the table, because we were trying to avoid the table snatchers and the people that just willy-nilly want to move around all the tables. So you took control of that and it was extremely, extremely smooth. And
it was amazing how the shift in customers. I never asked the person who was serving on that day, and I don't remember who it was, but I never had a conversation with her. But every single time I was talking to our customers and explaining to them how we were running the day, they were actually really receptive of the fact that it kind of felt like all of a sudden we were taking charge and then they kind of just relaxed.
Yeah.
And I was like, yep, you guys are going to have a table. This is your table number. When you get up to the counter, say that you're going to sit at this table. You've already been assigned to it. And it's like all of a sudden they just chilled out because they were standing in line knowing that they had a table already assigned to them. And
they didn't sit down at a table and then decide to move to another table. There was none of that.
Nobody moved. Everybody kind of paid attention to the rules. And again, it was one of those human nature experiments where I just kind of observed and I'm like, we really do like rules and structure as humans.
Yes,
we like someone to tell us what to do. We like to kind of...
And then nobody questioned it.
No.
And I think that's why it went really well. We didn't have to walk around and try and find a table that had swapped a table and none of that business.
No.
So we can't do it like that every weekend, unfortunately, because it's an extra cost to us on the labour and you just never know if you're going to have
that kind of
day where you need it. So, but at least we know now going forward that those work if we do have an event or something, we know that it works. It was very smooth. But the day before, I'd been off on the Friday and they'd had a busy day on the Friday, and I went in early on the Saturday so that I could get in the door and just find my feet before it got busy. But one of the first things I did was fill up the hoppers with coffee beans, and then I knocked the hopper off and a whole hopper of dark roast beans went all over the floor. And they just roll. They go
everywhere.
We're still finding them.
Oh, no.
So that happened. And then I'm like, So I start clearing them up and I move the ice machine to clean the beans up from under the ice machine. And then I pull the tube out that goes into the pump. So then there was water
everywhere as well.
So I'm cleaning up the beans and the water.
Oh, my goodness. And what time of the morning is this?
This is before we'd open.
Oh, my goodness.
So then I'm clearing that up. And then a co-worker was mixing something in the mixer and had it on fast speed instead of medium speed and turned it on and got covered in flour. I'm like, what is happening? We haven't even started our day.
Oh my goodness, it's such a terrible way to start a
It
Saturday.
is, because then I've done all that before I've done any of the things that I wanted to do to feel ready.
And then you're cleaning up a mistake. It's the worst thing when you go in the morning and you have to clean up a mistake that you've just made.
Yeah.
It's such a
And
wrong
then I made
foot
it
to
worse, and then there was more mess done. Oh God! Anyway, and then on Saturday we also, because there was nobody telling them where to sit and organising them, a cyclist came in, and he said to me, "We're going to have table 3 by the window so we can see our bikes." I'm like, "Okay, well we'll see what we can do. You know, you've got to line up." I said, "How many of you?" And he said 12. I was like, "Well, that's a table for 4. So how are we going to manage this?" And he's like, "Oh, well, I thought we could just all stand around by that window." And I'm like,
it's the middle of the cafe.
yeah, it's in the middle of the cafe by the window. I'm like, no, that's not going to work, sir. I said, why don't you go to the edge where the bar is, and then you can all just stand over there out the way of the restaurant. I'm like, why? What makes you think that 12 people are going to be able to stand around this table for 4?
Yeah.
It's a small table, so you can see your bikes. Well, you said, why didn't they just go outside and stand there?
Yeah.
It wasn't a horrible day.
Why? Okay, first of all, why don't cyclists just order their things, and if they're concerned about their bicycles, go outside, stand by your bikes,
Yeah,
and watch them there.
yeah.
And also, what's going to happen? Is this mob of people going to come past and steal all 12
All
bikes?
of your bikes. Or maybe just one, and then that poor person is like stuck. I don't think that's ever... I mean, maybe it has happened in places, because those bikes are like so expensive. But they're... yeah, they need to see them. But even if somebody stole it, you're going to get out of your chair on table 3 and run around to the door, and this person's gone on their bike.
But they don't have regular shoes on.
No, they can't run.
They've got the clip-clop shoes.
They've got the clippity-clop, so they'll probably fall over. But they can't run after them, and this person's got on the bike, and they've gone. So it doesn't matter if you can see them through the window. You need to be standing next to the damn thing. Anyway.
Oh, cyclists are so entertaining.
I do put all their things in takeout now, because they'll sit down and then they'll, like, they're just too quick. It's like, no, you can't even decide where you're going to be, inside or outside, or you've no idea.
And they just waltz on and treat this place like it's their home, and they've just landed, and of course 12 people can stand around a little tiny table that's only seated for 4.
Have you ever experienced it when they come in and they seem to put a cycle helmet on every single table as they will go to the washroom? It's like you're just dumping your stuff, offloading your gloves and your on a table that someone then has to sit at.
And it's all sweaty gloves.
It's all
and
sweaty.
all sweaty helmets.
And then you're like, are you staying in? Because no. But there's like, I can see like 6 cycle helmets on different tables. Just hold on to your stuff. Those people are the worst for leaving things behind. Anyway, so that was the morning. And then in the afternoon, sorry, this is quite a few things happened on Saturday. There were 2 people that had were taking away their drinks. And they were taking away some sweet treats. So we took their name and said they're coming on the side. And then when I got the sweet treats ready, I go over there and I yell, let's just use Margaret as the name.
Yeah.
I'm like, bloody blah for Margaret. No Margaret. And I'm quite loud when I yell.
You are quite loud when you yell.
No Margaret comes. And I'm like, well, can we put the things for Margaret to one side, because I don't know where she is. So we go about the rest of our day. Margaret never comes to collect her things. And then half an hour later, this lady at a table says, excuse me, I've been waiting for my sweet treats for about half an hour now, and they're not here. And initially I wasn't thinking of Margaret, because...
That was half an hour ago.
Yeah, it was half an hour ago. And I thought, oh, I better go and check this table number. So I go back and I check, table 2. Did table 2 have this? And we're like recalling the orders. No, nothing for table 2. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, it's bloody Margaret. So is your name Margaret? And they're like, yes. And I said, well, I'm so sorry, but we thought you were going. You said you were to go, and they have been at the side for you. I did call your name. Anyway, she got a bit pissy, and I took them over. And I'm like, if you've said you're going to be takeout, don't take a table, because then I don't know. I couldn't tell that they were takeout because they didn't have take-up cups in front of them, because they had cold drinks.
Right.
So those cold drinks are the same whether you take out or stay in. So I didn't know that they hadn't been sat, these
But also,
people.
if you're saying your name, usually what's happened at the till is somebody has said, are you dining in or are you taking out?
for
And
sure.
they'll say, I'm taking out. Cool, can I have a name
Yeah.
attached to that takeout order?
Yeah.
We don't ask for a name for no reason.
No. You can go and sit at table 3. By the way, what's your name?
Yeah.
Like, you just give
Is
them
your name
table
Margaret?
3.
Nice to meet you.
So, yeah, she'd been waiting now. Well, no, honestly, love,
Come on, Margaret.
you
Sort
just
yourself
sat
out.
down at a table and expected us to know where you'd sat down. Like, we're clever.
Not
but
that
not
clever.
that clever. So, yeah, that was my Saturday.
That's quite a Saturday. I didn't work with you on Saturday.
No, you
I
normally
was-
do, yeah.
I was off on that Saturday and I didn't hear from you all day.
No.
And I did say to you when I got in on Sunday, I was like, so how did the day go?
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, I didn't want to tell you.
No, it didn't go terribly.
No.
It went okay, but you didn't hear from me because I wasn't feeling very well and I suffered through that day to get it done and then went straight home to bed. So I know you knew something was wrong, but I thought I can't even be bothered to explain what's going on.
No doubt I'll come in on Sunday morning and say, so what happened?
Yeah.
What's going on? Are you okay? Is everything okay? Usually I'm working on a Saturday, but I had Saturday off. My niece recently had a baby, and so we had a post-baby shower for her. That was fun.
Did you have deviled eggs?
Oh, we didn't have deviled eggs. Oh, I didn't message you about that.
How disappointing.
I know. But what kind of spread do we put on? It was me and my sister. We put it on. And we had macaroons, which actually neither of us made. Vic from work made them.
Yeah.
She's a phenomenal macaroon maker. Actually, do you know what pikelet are?
No.
Would you even...
Say it again.
Pikelet.
Pike clit. That sounds terribly rude.
No. So
The way I repeated it, and I was like, that's not what it is.
So New Zealand, we have pancakes, so we have pikelets. So a pikelet, it's Pikelet. Pikelet.
Right.
Anyway, a pikelet is essentially like a pancake, but slightly different in the recipe. It's not as sweet, and they're small. So it's like a very mini pancake. And you usually let them cool. Like the best way to have them is you usually let them cool, and then you have jam and whipped cream on top. So it's like a poor person's scone, basically.
Oh, okay.
Like New Zealand's version of a British scone with clotted cream and jam.
Sounds lovely.
We've just really scraped the barrel of what's in the pantry.
I'll have to try one. I've never heard of it.
Oh, I'm going to have to make for them for you one day. That's
as long as we have clotted cream.
We don't have to have clotted cream.
Oh, but
we have to have like the pure New Zealand experience, which is
Okay.
just jam and whipped cream.
Okay.
So I made those. They were delightful. And then we made sandwiches, like high tea sandwiches.
Oh,
So
cucumber.
the cucumber and egg sandwiches, cut them into triangles.
Triangles.
Yeah.
Like proper.
Oh, it was good.
Do you know what I need now?
We need a cup of tea.
I need a cup of tea. We haven't got one yet.
We don't have a cup of tea in front of us. So we're going to take a break. We're going to boil the kettle because I have one in my house.
Yeah, it's a whistle kettle.
It's a whistle kettle. And we'll be right back.
And we're back.
And
I
we're
was
back.
waiting for you. You
I know,
normally say
'cause
that.
I usually say that. And we're back. The kettle
So-
has been whistled.
Yep.
Tea has been
Got my
brewed.
cup of tea.
We are tea-drated.
So, as we mentioned previously, it was Mother's Day at the weekend. But something weird I find a little bit awkward on Mother's Day is that a lot of people say Happy Mother's Day, but I don't ever wish anybody a Happy Mother's Day unless I know
That they're a mum?
that they're a mum. Because you just don't know their circumstances. So I find it a bit odd when people just say Happy Mother's Day and just assume that you're, like some people said it to me and they don't know that I'm a mum. I mean, I'm a mum of all the kids at work and stuff, but maybe they're just, but yeah, I feel awkward. I never say it to anybody because I don't want to upset. You don't know what their situation is.
No. I think I only ever said it once on Sunday, and it was to our regular that we haven't seen for ages, and she came in with her daughter, and I was so excited to see her.
Right.
I gave her a big old hug. And I was like, hey, I haven't seen you for ages. And so because I know her and I saw her with her daughter, I said Happy Mother's Day to her.
Yeah.
And that was it.
When you started that, I'm like, who? And then I'm like, oh,
Yeah. I was like, you're going to catch on in a second who it was.
Yeah, that's nice.
It was very
nice to see them. But yeah, and I guess the same, like, how do you feel on Father's Day? Not that anyone's going to say to you Happy Father's Day, but you feel it, I'm guessing, when it's Father's Day.
I feel it a bit more on Father's Day.
Yeah.
Not that, like you said, not that everyone's going to say Happy Father's Day to me.
Well, no, they're not. But
No.
I'm just trying to gauge
Gauge.
how people feel. So those people on Mother's Day that maybe sadly have lost a child or not able to have a child or
Yeah.
have lost their own mothers,
Yeah.
it's not the same day.
It's an interesting thing. I don't know why it's kind of become like Easter or Christmas where we feel like we have to say Happy Mother's Day to a female or whatever female you come up against.
Yeah.
I think that's a weird thing. I don't think that should happen.
Yeah, I don't remember it being so extreme in England.
But when you were saying about Father's Day, it's funny because my dad passed away when I was 15. And so there are times where I like to do the shock and awe for some people. And so they'll try and say something to me, or we'll be talking about, oh, my dad this or my dad that. And then I was like, oh, yeah, my dad's dead. And I kind of just, sometimes I say it because I know that it's going to be a bit of a shock. And I'm a little bit mean doing it. But part of me is like, well, I'm in the club, so I'm allowed to. So, you know, like it's a funny for me. It's a small thing where I just kind of, I pick my audience.
Yes, you have to do that.
I pick my audience.
Yeah.
I don't just do that to anybody. If I know that they're actually going to be really hurt or offended or they're going to feel awful about the fact that I don't do that. But I pick my audience and I think I do a pretty good job of it. But there was this one time where this guy came in and he was a regular, but a bit of a douche regular, like one of those people that you kind of just have a bit of a banter with, but then also you just kind of, okay, see you later. Don't have to talk to you again.
I'm done.
Yeah. And so I was making his coffee and then he said something about Father's Day and he says, oh, are you going to do something for your dad on Father's Day? And I was just like, this is not the person to play the game with. And I was like, no, not really. Also, one, Father's Day is not the same in New Zealand as it is in Canada. Mother's Day is the same, but Father's Day falls on a different day. So first of all, I'm like, I'm not from this country. Even if my dad was alive, he wouldn't be in this country. And so it doesn't actually matter whether it's Father's Day in Canada or not.
The same for Mother's Day for me because it's much, much earlier in England.
When's Mother's Day?
March. I think it's the third weekend in March or something like that. I always look it up every year so I don't forget.
So it's different in different countries. It's not all the same. And so that was one thing that went through my head when this guy said, are you going to do something for your dad? And I just said, no, not this year. And he kind of was just like, oh, that's a bit rude of you. And he kind of had a bit of a go at me. And I really at that moment wanted to say, well, actually, my dad's dead. And like really just
shut him down.
Yeah, hit him in the jugular. But I didn't. I chose to kind of stand on the higher ground at that point. But it is definitely, you don't know what someone's situation is. And it's an interesting.
It is, isn't it?
An interesting
thing. I find this is not the first year that I felt that. But yeah, I just think that's a bit, oh, have a good Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day. You're like, you have no idea.
Is it a cultural thing? Because I don't feel like in New Zealand, maybe it might be different now because some of New Zealand's culture, I think, is highly influenced by what's on the TV. Not all of it. I'm just saying a small piece. New Zealand, don't come at me. But there are some aspects where I think culture has come into it, like Halloween, for example. New Zealand, me growing up, Halloween was not a thing at all. It was the occasional kids might have come out. And so it's become more of a thing.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So that's what I mean by it's been influenced by what's on TV and by the North American culture.
Yes.
But growing up, I don't ever recall saying Happy Mother's Day to anybody except for my own mum. And even then, sorry, mum, but I don't actually remember us doing much for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What about you? Do you find that
it's Happy Mother's Day is for my mum, Happy Mother's Day, and then for like my kids for me, but you don't go
up to strangers?
No, I mean, then the neighbours like put a message on, hope all the mums have a great day because we all know each other, but not strangers. No, not at all.
So maybe it's a Canadian thing?
Maybe it is.
It's a very interesting thing to do and to say, and each to their own, but you really don't know what the journey is that someone's on.
No, but also I guess you might not be going out on that day with all of the other. I don't know. Would you
I
go?
would not. It's still a day. If I want to go to a
But you know it's going to be busy.
Yeah.
And you're going to be, are we going to just go out for a regular dinner, even, like a lunch or whatever? It's going to be full of people celebrating Mother's Day. I would be like, no thanks, unless I was taking my mum.
Right.
Or I was being taken out. But even then, I think as I get older, if I get taken out for a dinner on Mother's Day, I think I would say, can we go on the Saturday?
Do you think that's also because you think about those things and you recognise that it's actually going to be really busy, whereas everyone else who's just weekenders don't realise that it's actually going to be busy because they're not in the environment?
Surely they would know. It's like, surely you'd think. I do think that we had some people in on the Monday too, because we were fairly busy on the Monday, and they seem to be,
Yeah.
So some people are savvy, but I guess some mums also would like to be celebrated on that day, whereas I really didn't. It was very nice to be recognised. It's always nice to be recognised.
But it's not necessarily
to be done on that day.
Because you're fighting with the crowds when you go out.
Yeah. It's also like on my birthday. I've always tried to make it so that my kids don't feel like they have to be, oh, it's Mum's birthday, we must go see Mum. Like, it's my birthday. All I want you to do wherever you are in the world is eat ice cream on my birthday, and I'll eat ice cream. And then you've thought about me and you've had ice cream. That's my day, the ice cream day. But I don't want you to think, oh, I must see Mum, like we've got to do this. It's really not necessary. So I've tried to install that.
I think that's such a neat tradition that you've got, because I think it was last year that you weren't here on your birthday. Yeah. I thought to myself, oh, it's Helen's birthday today. Must find ice cream somewhere.
Yes.
And
so I was at a concert. So I wasn't at work.
Oh, yes. You were at a concert.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you must, and there was people that messaged me and send me pictures of them eating ice cream. Like
I
some
actually
of the
think
staff.
I got it for the staff. I got a whole bunch of ice cream when I said we need to eat ice cream for Helen for her birthday.
Yeah, that's what you all need to do.
Yeah.
So then eventually, when I'm no longer here, that date will be the ice cream date. So if my kids have kids, or, like they're sharing their life with somebody, then I would like them to have ice cream on those days with those people, and it just to continue, so that ice cream day just becomes a thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's moved on quite a bit from Mother's Day, isn't it? It's all about me. It's all about me.
Well, you are a mum in many ways. I was just thinking, you mentioned you're a mum to the kids at work.
I got messages.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I know, right?
That's so sweet. Very cool. I was also very touched because I got included in some of that. Got given a bunch of flowers from our boss as a thank you, and just saying, like, you are also, he gave one to you and he gave one to me, and he said, you're both the mothers of this place. And so that was very sweet. And then one of the girls also gave me a bunch of flowers along with you.
Yes, me too. Yeah, that's so nice,
like,
isn't it?
It was actually a very sweet moment, and just was quite touching of like, oh, that's kind of cool that you have that impact on these kids' lives. And
we are their mum. Yeah. We're another mum. And I think their mums know that we look out for them at work, which is also nice.
I was actually talking to one of the mums today.
Oh, was you?
Yeah. Was you?
Oh, was you? Was you? No, really?
Sorry, that tickled me. Yeah, I was actually sitting next to her because it got busy, and so she moved over to the shared table that I was sitting at. And then as she was packing up her stuff, she just kind of, we started chatting. I don't remember what we're chatting about, but yeah, she was just talking about her daughter and just saying, like, you guys do such a great place with this environment, and you really take care of the kids and the staff. And
oh, that's nice.
So I was just, I don't know, it was just a really sweet moment. And I just said, thank you so much for saying so, because that's what we try and cultivate within the people that are there. So as a mum, she also recognised that.
Yes.
And so I was like, that's very cool. Thanks for sharing.
That is cool. I like that.
Yeah, the little things that we do, not just for customers, but for the people that we work with. You can be a mother in different ways.
Oh, absolutely.
Saying Happy Mother's Day on Mother's Day that's a weird one. How do you round off that kind of Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day kind of thing? Maybe it's a cultural thing. Maybe it's just what happens in this country, and we've just got to live in it. We've said our piece. We're not going to change the world. Maybe one day we might with some of our episodes, but
change the world. Oh, look at us.
Maybe we've changed your world, our listeners who are listening to us right now. But
I think we've lost the plot and need
we've lost
more
the plot.
tea.
We're gonna wrap this one up. We're gonna go back to our tea, because that's our fail safe.
I'll say fail.
Our safety net. And we'll regroup and we'll come back.
Are we back?
We're back.
Okay, we're back. We have to do all of our coughing and swallowing, and we're like, are we ready? Are we ready? I've got some staff stories. This is exciting.
Yeah. It's not just our stories, but our staff.
Yeah.
Joining in. Hello, staff members.
Hello, staff members. A story from you. When this person worked in this establishment that I can't mention, they were open late, and it wasn't necessarily very busy very late. So the kitchen area and everything would be quite closed down.
But still open
But
to the
still
customers.
open.
Yeah.
So about, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes before, if somebody would walk in to this place and ask for food, it obviously pissed the person off. Be
Yeah.
like, oh, for God's sake, my kitchen is clean. And if there was like mayonnaise or mustard or something in this sandwich or whatever they were making, or the burger, whatever it was, they would write, fuck you, in the mayo or the ketchup, and then put the sandwich together. Which I think is so funny. The customer would never know, but they've just made themselves feel better by.
Could you imagine though if you were that customer and you opened up your sandwich because you were one of those weird people that like to dissect
You're not going to see
everything.
it though, because it would have been squashed by that point.
Well, I mean, imagine if it's like those stories of when people write the shortened title of the item on the bags. And so like if you're getting a BLT, because that's a good generic one to use, so you just write BLT, you don't write bacon, lettuce, tomato.
Yeah.
But, some of those acronyms, when you've written them out in a certain way, sometimes they don't read well.
Oh.
Have you ever seen
No. Never thought of that. I haven't seen that.
It's so good. Sometimes I'm very aware when I'm writing on bags, like the shortened version of what things are. I'm like, I have to make sure that this actually says, like, you can read that it's actually chicken.
Oh, okay. I've never paid attention to that.
Oh, if I see any of those pictures via social media, I'm going to have to send them to you because they're so entertaining.
That you will.
So that's a great one. I love that person did that.
There is a place in the town that we work that shuts their kitchen half an hour before. They shut it and the restaurant bit is still open.
Oh, well, a lot of restaurants do say that, you'll go in at some ridiculous clock at night and they'll say the kitchen's closing in 5 minutes, but we don't close. We're open. Have you
So that if you have, because if you're in a place that keeps their kitchen open right till the end and then somebody comes in and orders, but you say you close at 11 and they've ordered at 10 to 11 but you're ready to go, then you have to wait for them.
Yeah. So in my mum's restaurant when I was younger, we didn't close at a certain time. A lot of the times it was kind of like the last person leaving was when we closed. So you kind of got a gauge for how busy it was going to be in the evening. And if no one's coming in by 9 o'clock, you kind of just close up shop. But then if somebody does come in, then it's kind of an element of, no, we're either closed or it's going to take half an hour because you're not just whipping up a sandwich, you're doing a full-blown meal.
Right.
So it's not a fast operation. It was definitely, we close half an hour before we actually
definitely
close.
needed that.
I wish we could do that sometimes, but it's like going to McDonald's and then having them say, sorry, the kitchen's closed, but we open for another half hour.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense. This same person had a lady that would come in often during the week and always complain that there was something wrong with their drink. It became so regular that eventually, and they didn't seem to be able to please her, they would just take the drink and say, no problem, walk round the back, wait there a minute, take the drink back out and give her the same drink. And then she would be happy, but it's the same drink. So it's like somebody just needs to moan and say something.
And she didn't say anything about the second time round, which was the same drink.
Same drink, it'll be fine.
Some people are so strange.
I have a question to ask you actually about, often when somebody has made a fuss or has created some kind of hoo-ha in your restaurant, do you often remember who they are when they come in again?
Yeah, especially if it's a big ordeal and they've made a big old fuss.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of someone absolutely specific right now where she said to me, that person that looks like this.
Yeah.
Listeners,
I don't think I'd recognise her, but you would.
No, because you haven't had any dealings with her. Every single time she comes in, I happen to be the person that she just likes to bitch and moan to. And every time I think to myself, why did you come back? But I've told you the story and I've pointed you at her. I don't even need to say anything more to Helen except what I've just said, and she knows exactly who I'm talking about.
She likes to moan about things that the staff do, and it's fine with us.
Yeah.
Like they're not doing anything. She just likes to
point things out.
And
says,
just
if
like,
this doesn't change, then I'm going to tell the whole entire cafe that this happens. And I'm like, okay.
Okay.
I'll pretend that I'm going to go talk to the managers, but you're actually talking to one of them. And right now I don't really care because I'm on my staff member's side. So
yeah, exactly.
Don't come back again.
Yeah, you don't have to come back. And then, oh, hello.
Yeah.
You're back.
So anyway, yes, that's my answer to your question. So you've got a story with this?
I'm the same. There was a guy that caused a big hoo-ha in COVID once, and I remember him when he comes back. And this lady came in, and I was like, hey, how are you? She goes, oh, you always remember me. And I'm like, yes, I do. I always remember you because you're a pain in the bum.
What does she do?
So I'll have a latte, but not too hot. No problem.
Okay.
You take the latte over, and then she'll like wave you to the table and say, I know I wanted my latte not too hot, but this is cold. Like, okay, I'll go remake it for you. And she doesn't like too much dressing on her salad. You take the salad over with little dressing or a little bit on the side, and then she requests more
Oh my
flipping
goodness.
dressing.
No wonder you remember her.
So
She's a
I
pain in the
remember
butt.
her. So there's a few people that come in that you're like, oh, yep, I remember you. Have you ever hired somebody and then been introduced to a family member of theirs and like, oh no, you're that like in your head?
It's not happened to me, but I know that it's happened to you.
I'm like, this is my family member, and I'm like, oh, how lovely to meet you. I had no idea that you were related. Because the person that you've just introduced me to was not very nice once, and I've remembered them, and now they've walked in, and so yeah, that's happened to me before. That's just so weird because you're just like, oh, we've had words before. Oh, this has happened. The lady that comes in with her husband.
Is this another rememberable person because she creates a
yes,
hoo-ha?
I just have to tell you.
Okay.
She comes in with her husband. She's a little bit moody, but he's always very chatty.
Okay.
She's gluten-free. Did I say she was a gluten-free?
You did say that
She's
she was
gluten-free.
gluten-free. She's gluten-free?
By the way,
She's gluten-free.
she's gluten-free.
Okay. I've got it. I think she's gluten-free.
She's gluten-free.
Okay.
She, after every sentence, tells you that
She's gluten-free?
that she's gluten-free.
Okay.
I'm going to have this salad. There's no gluten in there, is there? Because I'm gluten-free.
Okay.
And but no gluten in there. And I'm like, no, I know you are gluten-free. I remembered from last time. But then she orders a scone. Like, hello, gluten in scone. So I remind her, just so you know, this is
You're gluten-free, right? Like,
this
did
isn't
we hear that
gluten-free.
right?
Will you be all right with that? Oh, it's not for me. I take it. But she eats it. She's eaten it at the table. She pretends it's not for her.
What?
I see her eating them. I really want to go and say, you're gluten-free. Stop. Don't eat that. I got it. I know that you are gluten-free, lady. Don't eat the scone. Yeah, so she came in. It's all a load of shit. Do you have a story?
Yeah,
Anything happened to you?
I have a story. So it's on the veins of people creating a hoo-ha, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
So a while back, this group of ladies came in with their kids, and toddler-aged kids. They left, and I was clearing up their table. And on their table was, I'm going to say a syringe, like a baby's syringe, which you would like suck up the cough mixture.
Yeah.
To then squirt it into their mouth.
Yeah.
Kind of syringe.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a better word for that?
No, because that's what it is.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not a syringe with a needle or all
No.
that business. It's
No,
just
no.
one of those medicines.
So it's a plastic medicine syringe kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's sitting on the table. And I think to myself, but it's not just sitting on the table. It's sitting on their dirty napkins.
Yes.
Kind of thing. So I'm just thinking, they're long gone. This is something where I think to myself, I'm not really going to keep it because you could probably buy some more of those at the dollar shop.
Oh, absolutely.
And so I chuck it out. I'm like, you're long gone. It's in the bin. I'm sitting down at the end of my shift and I'm doing some admin work. And then one of our young guys comes along. He's on the phone and he's got the phone to his chest and he says, Joe, table number 9, did they leave anything at the table when they were there? For some reason, I know exactly who he's talking about because that number 9's been and gone and more people have come to it. I'm like, he's talking about that family and those mums with those kids. And I said, yeah, like what are they asking about, like a syringe kind of thing? He said, yeah. I was like, yeah, I chucked it out. And he's like, oh, they're on the phone. I'm like, okay. And he says, well, what should I tell them? I said, well, you can tell them that I chucked it out if you want to. And he's like, oh. And I said, or you could just lie and just say, no, there was nothing on the table. You didn't leave anything behind. And so he's like, okay. So he goes off behind the counter and I'm wondering, how did the conversation go? What happened? So I go back behind the counter and I see him and I say, hey, what happened with the phone call? What did you say? And he said, they heard you, Joe. I was like, what did they hear me say? Did they hear me say that I chucked it out? Or did they hear me say, just lie? And I was like, shit, this is not something that I want to be heard.
Why wouldn't you press hold or mute?
Great questions.
We're going to be
Great
training
questions. So he's like, no. They didn't actually hear. They heard you say that it had been chucked out.
Right.
But they didn't hear you say,
Or
just lie to them. And I was like, oh, thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
And then he said, well, they were a little bit pissy with you about the fact that you chucked it out, but, you know, it is what it is. And I was like, well, it is what it is. So then I thought about it.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, this is my question that I'll pose to you. Whose responsibility is it when you leave things at a cafe? And I understand that there's a spectrum. So if there are glasses, wallet, keys, phones, bags, books, teddies, blankets, things like that where you kind of look at it and think someone's going to want that possession back, we do take it into our very loose, lost and found property area and we keep it for however long until someone comes back.
Yeah.
Or we chuck it after
it's
a couple
normally
months.
seasonal, isn't it? So summer season.
Left their scarf behind or their hat behind or their glasses behind.
Yeah, and then winter season is all gloves and so we wait and then we'll just donate it or get rid of it.
Yeah.
Get rid of it somehow.
But then anything smaller than that, so if it's like a block that a child has played with or a syringe.
Or a spoon, because lots of people bring in
or
spoons.
a spoon or a baby spoon. How much of a responsibility is it for us as cafe workers to hold on to someone's crap
Yeah.
before they think to themselves, where have I left that spoon? And will you actually go back for a spoon or a syringe?
You've moved on. So what I would do if somebody's left something on the table is I will put it on the desk for a short period of time. Like something of that nature, like a spoon or, you know, they've left a sippy cup or whatever.
Right.
I'll leave it on the desk because it might be that they've just gone for a walk and they're like, oh, and then they pop back in. So also if they've taken something to go and they've left it on the table and they haven't taken it to go, I'll leave that on the desk too with a table number on so we know whose it was. But then at the end of the night, if nobody has come back for these things that are not your keys, your wallet, your phone, then I'll throw them out. The amount of water bottles that we keep from cyclists or walkers, you know, and then the owner just comes in the end. I mean, some of ours have been thrown out by him because he's like, what's this? And then it goes because it becomes too much. Can't keep everything for a long period of time.
And we do our due diligence when there are identifiable things and there's maybe a phone number or a name attached to something, then
we try and find them.
We try and find them, but also good luck to you if you've lost something at a cafe.
Also, and you've done it too, like they've just left and you're running out into the car park and trying to find them in the...
Like, hello,
you know,
do you want your handbag?
Yeah.
Because you might want it.
Can I just say that people in Canada, or maybe just in this part of Canada, are so trusting.
With their belongings in a cafe?
Yes. I find it unbelievable. And several times a day, I walk past and go, in my head, I could have that. I could have that. I'm making myself sound like I'm some kind of robber. But you would never, ever, ever hang your bag on the back of a chair.
In England.
In England. Not even, you know, like when I go and visit England, I'm not in the middle of London and I'm down south, but I wouldn't. I always have it on me, or I always... Like if somebody went to take it from me, it would be around me somehow. Never on the back of a chair because you'd turn around to go and it wouldn't be there.
And it would be gone.
Yeah.
I do that every time that I go down to one of the big cities in the States too.
Yeah.
So I've been to New York City a couple of times. No way would I ever leave my bag anywhere.
No.
Also, I don't really travel much with a bag or anything like that when I'm in the city. I kind of have learned to just travel really lightly. And especially because I travel alone a lot, I've kind of discovered how as a single woman you have to like hold yourself a little bit differently to feel a little bit more safer in how you're walking, and you just pretend that you're a local, and if you don't know where you're going you just keep on walking and you figure it out when you're at a safer place. But so I don't carry a bag or I don't carry a lot of belongings with me when I'm in the city for that kind of reason. It's just like I don't want to be in a place where someone can just come and snap something.
And they also get up and go to the toilet.
and leave their stuff
And
there.
leave
Although
their-
I do that too when I'm sitting there, but I kind of hope that the staff is going to look out for my stuff because they know it's me.
It just shocks me because and then most of the people will get up and walk away and they've left it still on the chair. We have so many bags left on the back of chairs because they've even forgotten. And they're not always zipped up. They are open. I am so surprised that, well, I guess it's kind of nice to be honest, that they feel comfortable that they could do that.
I will say that was one of the things that I really do appreciate about Canadians is that element of a trusting nature or that element of, I don't know, this is a weird segue, but I'm going to go there anyway, so follow me with it. But it's kind of like the collective rules. Everybody kind of knows the collective rules. Like you can go into a cafe and leave your bag there and no one's going to steal it because you just don't do that. The cyclists should take this memo because there should be a collective rule of cyclists. No one's going to steal your bike.
No one's going to steal your bike.
Anyway, it's the same thing with four-way stop signs. So four-way stop signs, I came here and I'm like, what are four-way stop signs? I don't understand. We don't have them in New Zealand. There's not four-way stop signs. If you've got a thing where a four-way stop sign should be, it'll be a roundabout.
Oh, I was going to say, do you have roundabouts?
Lots of roundabouts everywhere.
Yeah.
Works functionally well. Four-way stop signs here. You're the first person up to the stop sign, then you get the go-ahead. And then whoever comes up next, that's their next turn. And it's basically just one after the other. You kind of got to pay attention when you get to them. And it's a bit of a shit show if you're not used to it. It took me a while to get my head around it. What I will say is that when the lights are out, when the stoplights are out at an intersection.
Or when the traffic lights are out.
Is that what you call them?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Traffic
what I would
lights.
call them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So when the traffic lights are out at an intersection, Canadians, not a problem. You just carry on with life. You just completely change over to a four-way stop sign.
Yes.
And everybody just goes cohesively.
It's so clever.
It's so beautifully done, and I take my hat off to this country of doing that well. In New Zealand, nope. Those traffic lights go out and you are vying for the first place. It's like, I'm not stopping for you, I'm stopping for nobody. I'm gonna go.
That's yeah, there's no rules.
No.
I feel like there's no rules. It's just go. Whoever, and I'm not letting you in. I'm not letting you in.
I'm going to go first until a police officer comes along and actually directs traffic.
That's so true.
Yeah.
It's so politely done here.
Yeah. And it's the same with bags. It's just there's an element of this is the polite thing that you do. You don't steal someone's bag, and you don't floor it at an intersection when the lights have gone down. You do the four-way stop.
It's very, I agree with you. Well, the only thing that they don't do here that you like people to do is merge like a zip.
I was like, there's many things. What particular one are you going to say?
Merge like a zip. When we come out of concerts and stuff, and there's a lot of people that are like trying to get out of the parking lot and stuff. They come up at the side of you and they want to get in, and then people won't let you in, and it's all these like trying to get into one lane from like three. And Joe's just like, merge like a zip. Do you have merge like a zip in England? We have merge like a zip. It's just bloop, doop, 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 like a zip, and then we're all in one lane. But she gets all irate about it, about merge like a zip. But we don't have that in England, merge like a zip. But you have it on signposts, don't you?
We have it on the reason why I'm laughing so much is because every single time Helen and I are stuck in traffic heading into or out of Toronto, I say to her, why don't they just merge like a zip? Do you have merge like a zip in the UK? And she's like, Joe, we've talked about this before. No, we don't. Sure enough, the next time, merge like a, do you? She's like, Joe, we've done this before.
We don't merge like a zip.
And now I have to I think about it and I'm about to open my mouth and I'm like, no, she's
You
not
already know. We don't have merge like a zip.
So in New Zealand, you have merge like a zip. There's even signs about it. If you look at a zipper, it's one rung and then the next rung and then the next rung. That's how you merge. You have one car and then the next car and then the next car. One after the other.
Yeah.
Merge like a zip.
Which is surprising that Canada doesn't have that because they're so polite and organised. But in cars, they're not.
Nope.
They get a bit feisty.
They do get a bit feisty. Don't get me started on Canadian drivers.
No, I know.
I just praise them for their sensibility and not stealing bags and their four-way
stops. Yeah, they don't
stops,
steal bags, but they do drive really close when they're pissed off and they want to get in the spot, and that's when you get mad.
Yep.
Well, that's when you get a little bit stubborn like me. You're not coming in. You're not coming in.
I definitely change personalities when I enter Toronto traffic.
Yeah.
And I'm a lot more zippier and I'm a lot more, nope, this is my spot and I'm going in. But do you know that I drove down to New York City last year? I dropped a friend's son off at JFK Airport and it was the first time I've ever driven through Manhattan.
Yeah.
So I dropped him off at the airport and then I had to drive through Manhattan because my car was going to be sitting in New Jersey and then I was catching a train back into the city to stay there for a couple of days. And I didn't want to keep my car in the city. I just thought that's another hassle. And so I drove through Manhattan on a Saturday. No, it was a Friday, sorry. Drove through Manhattan on a Friday afternoon. And I thought to myself, Toronto drivers have prepared me for driving through Manhattan. Because it was so easy.
Yeah.
And it was so breezy. And I was like, oh,
Easy breeze.
Easy breezy. I was like, these people know how to drive. They're using this thing called common sense. This is amazing. If only people in Toronto would take this mentality on board. Although I will say, Manhattan drivers closer to midnight, absolutely mental, insane. Right. I would not want to drive in Manhattan at nighttime. You're bumper to bumper going nowhere.
I'm really going to segue here though, because I have a question. Because what's the difference between jam and jelly? On the way here, there was signs, and it was a rhubarb pie, which sounds delicious.
Sounds delicious.
And then jam and jelly.
It is the way that it's made.
Right.
So
does jam have bits of fruit in it and jelly is not?
Jam usually has bits of fruit in it, and jelly is usually smooth.
Right. It's not like jelly as in, well, I would say jelly because that's jello here.
Right, because I was just going to say, is jelly jello?
Yeah.
For you?
For me, it's jelly, but here it's jello.
Jello.
Yeah.
Which is the brand name.
Yes.
Jello, which is the wobbly dessert that you would put in your... You'd
fridge.
Mix the powder up with water, pop it in your fridge.
But is yours powder?
Yes.
See, we have cubes of like rubbery jelly, and then we put the cubes in a bowl and melt the cubes and then put it in the fridge.
Oh.
You can eat the cubes. It's got lots of gelatin and it's good for your nails. I was talking about this with someone else at work. I can't remember who. But yeah, it's not a powder.
Honestly, it's been so long since I ever had jelly in New Zealand that I don't actually remember. But I do know that you have to mix it with boiling hot water.
Yes, both of us have to do it. You've got powder and I've got little squares.
So what would you call the North American version of jelly? What would you call it at home?
Well, now I'm confused. What do you mean?
So the jam jelly.
I don't know what jelly is. I don't know what jam jelly is. I know what jam is. That's why I'm asking.
Okay.
I would call it jam.
So that's the mixture.
That's reminded me of Michael McIntyre. Mom like jam. Jam like mum. Do you remember that one when he was trying to remember how to say mom?
No.
When he met the Queen?
Oh, yes.
Anyway, yeah. Okay, carry on with your jellies.
I don't. Jams and jellies. It is a confusing one.
Yeah, we're not jam experts.
We're not jam or jelly experts.
I just was like, jam and jelly, what's that then? So I thought I'd ask you, and there we go.
Yeah, there we go. We're both at a loss. So.
Yeah, we really don't.
Yeah.
Oh, send us in. No, don't. We can Google it.
We're going to have too many polls and too many debates going on. Oh dear. But this is the fun thing about our dynamic that I really enjoy, because we're both two outsiders trying to figure out what a Canadian thing is. And when it's just us, we got no one to confer with.
No.
But usually we have these conversations at work. And so we'll turn to the kids and we'll say, what do you call this? And they'll say that. And we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not what we call it.
No.
And then we have this big discussion about, well, what do you mean? What do you call it? You call it this? Yeah.
We had a whole
weird.
big discussion, and it might not come across as well on the podcast, but about Harry and Harry the other day at work. It sounded to us like the same, so we were really laughing. Can you say Harry? And they'd say Harry. Can you say Harry? Harry. Like it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. It's like when Canadians say the male name Aaron and then the female name Erin. They say Aaron and Aaron. It's the same. It's the same. There's no different reflections.
I have
not
said
reflections.
I don't
inflections.
Yeah, see, that's a word I'd need to look up in the dictionary.
Yeah.
The one that I really do wrong so many times is Dawn, because I say, "What's your name?" And they go, "Don." I'm like, "Oh, Don." And I write Don and Dawn.
But if it was a female's voice, wouldn't you say Dawn?
Well, no, because maybe your husband Don's picking it up.
So for our non-Kiwi and non-UK listeners, we are saying the male name Don and then the female name Dawn.
Yeah, but
So-
when they say
Dawn and Dawn. That's how it's said here. Dawn and Dawn. Whereas for us,
it's dawn,
Dawn is
And
the female
Don.
name and Don for the male name.
yeah.
Anyway,
Let's wrap it up this section then now because I went
let's
overboard.
wrap it up. So this week,
Wrap it up, we just said.
no,
Nick.
I know, but
Oh.
we have to explain
Okay.
the Who Does This series. So before we pushed record, we were talking to each other and we were like, so I don't really have a Who Does That this week. And
No.
you said you didn't either. And so we
Shocking.
were like, well, I mean,
Who
that's
does
our
that?
Who Does That. Who does that? Who's not
Comes to
prepared
their
and doesn't have a
podcast
Who
and
Does
doesn't have
That?
a Who Does That. We'll have one next week.
But we do have a Milo's question of the week.
Milo's question of the week. Ba-ba-ba. If you had to put two different animals, insects or whatever, together to make one new animal, remembering that the two animals that you picked would no longer be in existence on their own. So if you had a cat and a dog together, it would be a
Cat dog.
cat dog or a dog
And
cat.
cats and dogs would no longer exist.
Yes.
Okay.
What would you pick? I don't think I ever really answered him on this one, but I know that you did, and it was like, what?
I remember answering this question. I remember one of my animals. I don't remember my other one, but one of them was a rodent of some sort, so a rat or a mouse.
And
then
the
the
other thing was a
one
flying thing.
Was a flying thing. So like, oh, it was a dragonfly. This is it. I remember. It was a rat and a dragonfly because this is my logic, right?
That's horrific.
Yes. But my logic was that the rat would no longer exist.
Oh,
I cannot stand rodents. Mice and rats, no thank you. I would really prefer that they don't exist. What do they contribute to the economical system of our planet? I don't know.
somebody's going to come at you.
Educate me.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm all for being educated. I don't mind. Tell me why they exist and I can cohabit with them. That's fine. But for right now, I don't know why I have to cohabit with them. I don't enjoy them. I don't enjoy when they come into my space. I don't like it. So then I thought if I could get rid of them, I'd choose them. And then I'm like, dragonflies. They do so much for our ecosystem, which I didn't realise. I'm sure I'm getting this right. I'm probably wrong. But dragonflies.
Yeah, but now you've made a flying rodent.
But they'll be great for our ecosystem. Honestly, my logic was skewed. I will admit.
Well, it's because you heard that the rat
Would
that,
no
that
longer
wouldn't
exist.
exist, and you were like, rat, straight away. I don't think I picked. If I did, I think it was a cute.
Cute and fluffy thing.
Yeah, it would be nice together, not like a flying rat, which there probably. Well, there's flying squirrels, so that's almost the same thing.
My mother would be horrified if I ever had to, if this was ever a reality.
What do you mean?
And
Is it
I-
not going to be a reality?
No. Sorry to burst the bubble, but no. My mother also does not like rodents, and she would be mortified if there was ever a creature that looked like a rat that was flying.
That was flying.
Yep.
Yeah.
She doesn't really enjoy squirrels when she comes here.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing. No squirrels in New Zealand.
There's no squirrels in New Zealand. Yeah, sorry to blow everyone's minds.
It did blow my mind a bit.
There's no squirrels in New Zealand.
Yeah, no squirrels.
No
What the
squirrels,
hell?
no chipmunks, nothing. People always say, isn't there snakes and big old spiders and things that are going to kill you? I'm like, you're thinking of Australia?
Yeah.
There's everything that's going to kill you in Australia. This is my funny that I like to pull out because I think I'm hilarious.
Oh, of your back pocket.
Out of my back pocket is the only thing that's going to kill you in New Zealand are humans. And they're
That's
like,
amazing.
oh, okay. There's one spider that's deadly. It's a white-tail spider. It doesn't always kill you if it bites you, but you kind of need to get it sorted out if you get bitten and you know it got bitten by a white-tail. But otherwise, there's no animal that's, what's the word?
Who eats all your acorns then?
We don't have acorns. Well, I mean, we do
don't have oak
acorns.
trees?
Yeah, we have oak trees.
So who eats the acorns?
Why does someone have to eat the acorns?
Well, because otherwise your garden would be littered with acorns if you had an oak tree. I just get littered with the little cups of acorn because the squirrels eat everything.
Oh, no, oak trees are not that prominent in New
Right.
Zealand. Pine trees, though.
Okay.
Pine trees are. What's the creature that is going to hunt you? Hold on. I've got the word. There's no predators in New Zealand.
Wow.
Anyway, fun fact about New Zealand.
Yeah. No
It's a beautiful
squirrels.
place.
Which is another word that we say.
Squirrel.
Somebody's asked me to say squirrel to them because it sounds funny because they say
Squirrel.
Canadians say squirrel.
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 Okay. I'm so sorry.
Oh my
We're going to
goodness.
get so beefed. We're taking the piss. We're taking the piss. Right. I don't have a creature. Mine would be Fluffy. Mine would probably be a dog. Oh, no, I can't.
But then
they don't
dogs wouldn't exist. You love dogs.
Yeah. Oh, it's too difficult. Sorry, Milo.
No answer from Helen
No
today.
answer from Helen. There was no answer initially,
Oh.
but you gave your answer first, and then I was just horrified at your answer, and I think that's
Flying rodent.
that's where it got left off.
That's not a great picture. On that note, that's us for the week.
That's us for the week.
If you want to get in touch with us, you can indeed. Come at us with all your beefs if you'd like to. Come at us with your questions about New Zealand if you have questions, if you've just been mind-blown about the fact that we don't have squirrels. Email us at pod.andanotherthing@gmail.com.
And
find us on Instagram.
You never get enthusiastic about Instagram. You always go,
I know.
Yeah, and you'll find us on Instagram. We're easy to find.
Because it's so convoluted. It's and.another.thing.podcast. It's just
See,
a lot.
If we don't tell the listeners, they don't know to look at our great pictures.
And Another Thing podcast with dots all in between the words.
Yeah,
Maybe I should say that.
yeah.
Find us on Instagram.
Find us because there's some nice pictures of food we've eaten. For food we've eaten. Okay, let's go. This is getting out of hand. We hope you have a lovely week.
And for now, have a good idea.
Have a good idea. I almost forgot what it was.